All right, so I'm gonna do this reading. I feel like it's gonna be primarily on the second movie. I did get something coming through about Debbie Rowe. Um, also had something coming through about Lisa Marie, but I think it was more commentary at that point, just to kind of alert me, like, hey, go ahead and look into this movie, because what it was somebody had commented, and it came up on my feed. Somebody had commented or did their own commentary video about Debbie Rowe or whatever, um, and her potential role in the movie. I personally don't buy into that. Um, of course, they could skim it or something, but I think they're trying to make their money. So I don't see that being a focal piece. But anyway, just having passed that, I think I was getting the hit to look into this because it was some other things too as I was doing my readings off camera. So let's see what we got here, because I am hearing that they are looking into um, Lisa's actress, or who was going to play Lisa, something like that. But let's see what wants to come through, because it seems like there's some message that is trying to get through. Let's see how I'm gonna start this off. Okay, I did see the tower earlier too. The tower, death and the tower. But Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I had seen that earlier too. That family drama in there. All right. What wants to come through? Like I said, I saw Death, the Tower, Wheel of Fortune reverse. All right, so the Hermit is coming through first. This is Michael's card, as he was a Virgo. You have the Goddess of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Universe reverse. Underneath that, you got the Son of Wands. I keep seeing this romantic feelings in reverse too. I feel like this is more about Debbie, especially when you start talking about this Two of Swords and the Universe in reverse. Yeah, I'm seeing children. Hold on. This children was about to flip over. Notice that to get to know each other was about to flip over too. All right, so what is this? You deserve love, playfulness, trust, reverse, reconciliation. We have sugar coated, safe space, and friends. Wake up call. I feel like this is talking about this role that Debbie played in the situation. Yeah, red flags, green flags, karmic lesson. All right, what else about this situation with Debbie? Because I feel like that's what's coming through, to be honest. You have the tower, the ship, and the bird, the god underneath. You know, this birds card can talk about problems with your boss. Like if you're working just in certain context, if you're talking about like a career or something, it can be problems with the boss. Because this is like a flighty energy, so it's not anything. It's kind of it can go one way or the other at times. This could be problematic. You also have this tower, which can be about authority. It can be about legal problems, even. When I see this particular card, I feel like this is a Trojan horse to me. That's the first thing I think about. It's almost like somebody bringing something in. They claim it's one thing, it's really for another kind of vibe. Yeah, notice poised is up underneath the deck, almost like somebody like there's a hidden motive, almost like a setup of some sort. Okay, we have blessed. And we have to the sea. We have round and round. I don't know. I feel like this is about guidance in a certain direction. This blessed card, I feel like, is religion, but it's more about an ethnicity, a particular ethnic religion. and how everything seems to be guided in that direction. It goes, you ever notice how certain powers that are in power stay in power, and it just goes round and round kind of thing. That's what I'm thinking here with this round and round. And you have the tower. The tower also talks about the generations in this particular deck. So you have the Ace of Cups, the Supreme, and the Son of Cups. God of Wands reverse. You notice how there's two cups here. This Son of Cups is holding out a cup. There's a pond of fish. This is, to me, this looks like prosperity, because fish also represent that abundance. You can eat off fish, right? You also have this cup running over. And the Supreme talks about having everything, right? I told you it's a one group that kind of keeps everything. You have the cups, you have the pentacles, you have the wands, you have the swords. This talks about the ancestors as well. This does make mention of that. Like I said, it all kind of goes back in the same circle. You have the Judgment card. Yeah, money talk on the split. What else? Past life. Instant familiarity, deja vu, connection, old karma resurfacing. Okay, yeah, we have family drama. We have twin flame. We have third party. New chapter. So there's a push pull, a fam. Who is this representing? I see this unrequited love. I see healing family issues. Is this third party romantic? Keep an open mind. We got worth waiting for. Chemistry reverse. Getting to know each other. Notice how this talks about a particular timing. The child and the God. Yeah, you have the clouds and the mice. Yep, all of that. So, you also have this cross. Yeah, so we have the mice and the clouds. We know that this is deterioration. This can be infestation. This can be destruction. Period. Something that's hard to get rid of. Something that's there to destroy. You have the clouds with that. This is confusion. This is deception. Lack of clarity. All right, what else? Yeah, the Nine of Swords, God of Pentacles reverse, Seven of Swords, and you have the Star, Two of Pentacles. This Star card is Aquarius. Um, I want to say this could represent Lisa. I feel like this thus far though has been talking about Debbie's role being what it was. Again, I think it was about keeping the money in a certain community. But we see how something sneaky was with this. On top of the fact that it was sneaky from the get go, it's just even the way it was done was funny style. That's what this is telling me. Yeah, the world reversed, High Priestess, Justice, and the Six of Swords. Four of Pentacles, yep, about keeping the money. This is supposed to be the miser of the deck if you want to talk about like the original deck. Sun of Swords reversed. I don't know if this is talking about legal problems. To me, this duality, I know the High Priestess a lot of time is secrets. Yeah, a lot of time this is secrets. It can be very spiritual, but you also have, to me, duality. You have the scales here, and this could have been a two-sided coin because it looks like the Six of Swords. It was an uncomfortable situation they were trying, to try to get rid of or get out of. Like this was supposed to be going to a better situation, calmer, but it wasn't. To me, it looks like it just wasn't quite what it seemed. World reversed with the High Priest, and you have the Lovers underneath, Daughter of Pentacles. All right, what else? We have Regeneration, TikTok. Yeah, this is rebirth, second chance, new opportunities. But Again, I don't know. There may be something hidden even from the story, if that makes sense. Not even just how it went down, but the way that we perceive it. All right, what else about this story? And we have money talk, real ones, truth reveal reverse. We also have divine timing, past life. Who is this about? Seven of Wands, Temperance card. I felt like I was getting something about Brandon Howard earlier. I don't know what made me click that dot earlier, but I did also, like I said, started getting something about Debbie. We still had an Eight of Swords though in reverse and the Eight of Wands. It looks like there's some communication about this at some point. Yeah, he is like that. He is like that. All right, so the sun is here. The star is reversed. We have the house. We have the tree and the bear. Okay, so I saw something about the death. What is that about? All right, we have the Emperor, Seven of Pentacles, Son of Wands, the Lovers, Daughter of Cups. All right, so for reference, Brandon Howard was born, according to Google, April 2nd, I think of 81 or 82. So he'd be represented by the Emperor here also because he's an Aries. Also, the Son of Wands is a fire sign, which would be appropriate with the Emperor, and then the Son of Wands. We also have the Seven of Pentacles and the Lovers. This is some Again, this is something over time. This is a watch and wait situation. I think I'm gonna read the Lovers. I know the Lovers can also be about choice as well as literally the Lovers, but sometimes it's about a choice as well. But I'm just gonna see if anything pings to me in the definition of it. Yeah, often representative of dual alignment. Card six is the Lovers. This card is about love in all forms. The exposed man and woman show an interdependent and vulnerable balance. The man is fixated on the woman as she raises her head to the ancestors in receipt of the blessings being sent down to them. This triangular balance creates harmony. The union of these two energies produces a space fitting for alignment, partnership, and even romantic love. Encased between the woman's tree of knowledge and the man's fruit bearing tree of life, the two share a balanced union that will blossom like a garden by the means of inner and outer reward. Ultimately, the lovers represents conscious connections and meaningful relationships. This can reveal a soulmate connection with not just a romantic lover, but also love between those who are close, such as a parent, friend, or sibling. There is honesty, trust, confidence, and appreciation, which are all aspects of the soul and provide a place for authentic and genuine growth, both separately and in union. Who's this parent? Five of Cups, Ten of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Judgment. Honestly, to me, there's a death. I don't know if this is talking about the parent is deceased or this is a parent that will be deceased. Ten of Wands. And that Four of Pentacles wants to come out. Daughter of Wands. You know this, I know this Four of Pentacles also talks about having to, you've earned a lot of money, you have it like that, but what price have you paid to hold on to it, so to speak? To me, this was somebody who carried a lot, maybe even held a lot of secrets. This parent was ambitious, maybe. Yeah, the key reverse, the anchor. I think this is talking about Michael. I really do. I think this because I feel like I keep getting this message about this situation and I don't be asking for it. But it started off about Debbie Rowe. It did. It started off about that, something about the movie, because that was the context in which she came up. But I had gotten separate messages about her before. I just kind of brushed them over until somebody brought up the movie, and I'm like, okay, let me just read into it some more just to give it a chance to come out. And then it went into what I already perceived, which is, the powers that be, if you will, want things a certain way. They wanted that money to stay within a certain community. And but on top of that, there's some, I don't know if it's change of events or what the circumstances might be, but I think this is coming out somehow, but for real this time. Justice card is Libra. His mother is a Libra. Brandon's mother, I'm talking about. I did a reading on her and Michael too. But notice how this in the shape of Africa, this key in the shape of Africa is in reverse. And that's, I told y'all they wanted a certain community, but not the African community, if you catch my drift. Yeah, there's a the lily is coming out too. As soon as I mentioned that reading, I did a reading about Michael and Mickey Howard, and it came out a certain way. As soon as I mentioned it, the lily comes out. So either somebody who has died already, or this is coming soon, will shake it up. It looked like to me. There's to be some shake up. Yeah, we have the silent treatment, second chance in the reverse, closure, and secret crush. Energy vampires reverse. You have late night call, up when the world is sleeping, booty call, or deep talk. True colors after dark. What do they really want? Fake friends. You have block, delete. There's something about, I'm picking up on Diana with this. Yeah, it's almost like a lot of tea will come to light. A lot of tea will come to light, but it might be the mother. I want to say it could be the mother because I've heard too that Catherine didn't want Michael to marry Diana. I have heard rumors of them having an engagement or something like that, but Catherine was not going for it. We have the tower. And so similarly, it could be her passing that brings this stuff up to the surface about these kids. Because keep in mind, she has a big portion of the estate that's assigned just to her. Yeah, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the card of Taurus. Catherine is a Taurus. Yep, you have the Devil come out, the Judgment card. This is literally the spiritual calling home. The moon, and the Seven of Cups. Yep. Look at all that confusion. The moon and the Seven of Cups all at once. Let me try to cover her right quick because I don't feel like I got to put the little squigglies up. Yeah, Six of Pentacles reversed. There's not going to be even distribution of this money somehow. Something's going to go awry. Yeah, we had this queen, this goddess of pentacles, queen of pentacles, but something is not going to go. So is Brandon coming to the surface? Yeah, this is going to be a fight. This Five of Wands. So we know what Debbie's children are there for. That's the truth. But like I said, this could also be the Ace of Swords. This could be bringing Brandon out. We have the Temperance card with that. This is something that takes patience, that has taken patience. We also have the Three of Cups. This is celebration even. So I don't know if this could be a positive thing in terms of if any of this is true, it would in terms of him even being celebrated. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. Whatever they're talking about here is a matter of time. The truth is truth be told. Look at this new life. Unfinished symphony. Time to go. This time to go came up at the end of Brandon's reading. This came up at the end. This was this in the Chariot. I remember. Yes, this is definitely going somewhere. There's a when I got another download about this, there was something about an Aries that was supposed to get on a train. So it came through like this. There was an Aries that was supposed to get on a train as soon as this Aries died. Okay. But the Aries was not the individual. The Aries was two things at once. It was an Aries, but this was an individual who lived to old age. I'm talking about 95 plus, okay? This person was a family matriarch as well, okay? So her children were preparing her. She had, like I said, a certain destination she was supposed to be at just as soon as she died. So to me, that's coming through with the way that this message is coming through is that once Catherine passes, when it's her time to pass, this matriarch who has lived 95 plus years, once this matriarch passes, there's an Aries that is going to be getting on a train to get somewhere. Look at that Treasure Island. He's finally going to get somewhere once this takes place. This is the TikTok. Because what would happen is those children that were, I don't want to say placed, but encouraged to be there to secure the legacy in a certain direction. See, you don't really own your likeness, you don't really own your fortune, you don't really own, they don't want you to own your soul, okay, in that business. So at a certain point they probably told Michael, like, listen, this is what it is. This is how it's going to be, especially if you want to keep your own publishing or something, so I know they wanted his catalog, the Beatles catalog, but they probably also um wanted his catalog too. And they say, You can keep your catalog, but we know you want some children. This is how it's got to be. Or we think it's a good time for you to have children. This is what it is, right? They don't want that bread going down to your people. They want it to go to their people. So that's how I'm seeing this. But again, there may actually be something with branding, y'all. It could be. And I'm not saying that in no fantasy land sense, because to be honest with y'all, I wasn't even asking this when but it keeps coming out. It really does. Because I see that as being a lot of upheaval, and you know, I don't know, y'all. It's rough, but again, it might just be the case as to why this keeps coming out. Yeah, we have the mountain of obstacle. Didn't I say upheaval? You have the crossroads in reverse. You have the book. Black Fox. This is the book is secrets. The book is secrets a lot of times. And how this crossroads usually talks about going in multiple directions. This can talk about somebody having multiple lovers. This can talk about multiple options. It might be a situation where excuse me, this obstacle, this upheaval doesn't allow, it's like you either got to take care of it one way or the other. Like there's no in between anymore. So again, this whatever secrets are out, this black fox, let me say whatever secrets are there, this black fox might be saying in this book might be saying is something's going to be known. Because it's definitely had to do with career. The black fox has to do with sabotaging careers too. Yeah, see, you have the aunt again. This is once I believe once it's time the mother passes, that's when this is going to come to head. Yeah, I keep saying power couple, karmic lesson, social media mask, gossip mill, and energy vampires is in reverse this time. But you also have envy watching. Your glow bothers their shadows. Plastic smiles. Don't mistake courtesy for connection. Okay. So yeah, I think that's the message, y'all. I really do. I'm trying to get one more to close this out. But yeah, see, I saw justice come through. This TikTok is coming through multiple times. It's a matter of time. Yeah, we have breathe and the fates. Yeah, definitely. Turn of events. So yeah, let me read this breathe. And I'm gonna close this out. So the essential meanings on breathe are patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, and trust. Patience in all things is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course. Meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Notice I mentioned death. Now is the time to allow the life giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses, breathe in the sunlight, and release the darkness. The miracles will appear. All right, y'all. That's all I got on this particular message. I probably will dive deeper and go into another one. Um, but this one I'm just gonna leave it right here. So y'all be easy.